Hi everyone, it's Sue again. You've got me in my huge, big mess. I'm still doing a lot of prep for the pop-up shop. So that is coming up this coming Monday. We kick off for 7 days. So I'm running out of steam very, very quickly. So when I'm not working, I'm out of home. I'm working here at home every spare second that I get. So anyway, it'll be worth it. It's just, I just want to get my name out there and hopefully other people like what I make. So I thought today for Tuesday Inspiration, I'm sorry because I am so tired, I just couldn't come up with anything particularly new. So I've been making greeting cards because I know myself, I love greeting cards, and even though I can make them, I still buy cards if I see cards that I like. So today I am making greeting cards. I have made all these. So these are the ones that you saw a couple of weeks back, I think. I made some of these. So it's upside down. So these ones are packaged, ready to be sold. So they were a bit of fun. So I've done those, and I just thought I'd quickly just show you these. I've done some that are, excuse me for a second. Oh, sorry, I'm tickling my throat. I've done these ones here. Excuse me, I'm just going to have to get a drink. I'll be back. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Always happens, isn't it, when you try to video or you get on the phone to talk, you get a frog in your throat. Okay, so I'll try and put that there and hopefully not spill it. So these are just some other ones that I've just made the last, yesterday actually. So with these, most of the cards have some form of stitching on them, and I'll just see if you can see that. Yeah, you can. So I've embossed this, inked it up, done a little bit of random script stamping. I've used an Edith Holden book, just the ones with all the writing on, and punched out a butterfly, just sewn that on there. Just a Tim Holtz botanical die cut or die, these things. And just a quote, and yeah, sewn all the way around it. Stuck it on. Then I've just got an insert on the inside. So, and each one comes with a hand-dyed envelope as well. So I'll just quickly show you those. Some are more simple than others. These. So these I've done using Artie May's is Poppy's kit. Sorry, I'll link her Etsy shop down below. So you don't have to use just those printables in your journals either, so you can use them for cards. So I've just got like a vellum flower that I've stuck on there, just a quote, and this beautiful label here is from, bookplate is from My Porch Prints. So I've just added that on there. Once again, all of them have inserts in them. This is just another one of Artie May's printables. I've just put a doily, partial bookplate, and a quote. So yeah, these are just some book paper, another printable. So what I started doing as well on the envelopes, I've just put some book paper there because it was printed in blue, the brand of the envelope, Tudor I think it was, and it was annoying me, so I've done that on some of the envelopes as well. So I'll just quickly show you them. So what I thought I'd do today is just have a bit of just continue trying to get a few more cards done. Some of them, they'll probably be similar to these that I'm showing you. So this one I've just added a little bit of seam binding. Yeah, I just thought, because I'm working again tomorrow, so I just thought I'd try and get a few more cards done. I got 18 journals finished that I was trying to get done. I got them, and they're only semi-decorated. They're not fully decorated. So this one's pretty. was My Porch Prints print out as well. These flowers I've fussy cut out of a kit from, a printable kit from Nectar's Creations. It's one of my favourite kits. So I've just put a little bit of lace underneath that word there. I mean, I'm not 100% happy with all of them, but, you know, whatever I like doesn't mean that everyone else is going to like. So I've tried to sort of mix it up a little bit. Just put like a tag that I've dyed. This is just scrapbooking paper. So I've done quite a few there, so I'll just pop them out of the way. And I guess, I don't know, let's see if I can make a couple more. As I said, I'm very slowly running out of steam. I've just, you know, like I'm putting in 16-hour days at the moment, and I'm getting stuff done, but I'm just, when you do that for a long amount of time, I just think your inspiration wanes, and you know, like ideas just don't seem to come easily. So after next week, I won't have to I won't have a deadline, so I'll be able to be a little bit more relaxed about what I make and what have you. So yeah, once again, sorry about my mess. But I have just been working madly. It drives my partner mad, but I just said to him, that's how I work. I just have to just leave it. We'll clean it up after the pop-up shop's finished. So, okay, so I've got these card bases I've actually cut myself from 12-inch scrapbooking cardstock, and I measure them. So I cut one side 8.5. So that's 8.5 there, and then by 6. So you get 2 card bases out of one sheet, and then you have this left over, which annoys me too. They put that sticker on there, but you have this strip left over from each sheet, and then you can at least get another couple of tags out of them. So you get a fair bit out of one sheet. On here, I've just done in a Word document. I just wanted, I've got a heap of words in here, but I just couldn't find the ones that I wanted specifically for greeting cards. So I just went through and printed up just a few different ones that I wanted to have for the cards. I've just sort of roughly gone through and inked some of them before I cut them out. So I'll probably use that on some of them as well. And then yesterday I also what do you call it, embossed a heap of these. These are actually manila folders, and I think I got I don't know, I'd be lying if I say I think I got about 8 out of card fronts out of one manila folder. So I've cut them so that you can see part of the card base around as a margin, as a border, sorry. So I did those and inked them up. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly with them. That's very light, but that's okay. So I thought, well, I'll just have a play around and we'll see what happens. So I've got all sorts of bits and pieces around me. So we may as well do something, I suppose. I do want to actually ink this up a little bit darker. You can see I ended up having to take the plastic off my flat canvas here that I was using as my workspace because all the plastic was just tearing. So I think I'm going to wrap this in a decorated contact or something, and that way I can just peel the contact off once it gets too disgusting and I can't use it anymore. So I'm just going to ink this up a little bit darker. So I hope you're doing really well. Yeah, and just let me know if you're getting anything out of these Tuesday inspiration videos. I'm keen to sort of get back into it properly in the next couple of weeks. So if there's anything that you'd like to know, particularly for all those new subscribers that are just getting into junk journaling or paper crafting, leave a comment below if there's anything that you'd like to know how to do. And if I don't know how to do it, I'll research it and we can learn how to do it together. So, okay, what am I going to do? And this is really going to be probably a really messy video because I really don't know what I'm doing. These were my porch prints sheets that I had torn the other day. So maybe I might even just try and use them up since they're on my desk. This was, I think this is from Artie Mays, and I did actually start fussy cutting this out last night at about 11 o'clock at night, and I thought maybe I probably should think about going to bed. So, and now I can't find my little scissors. Oh, back where they're supposed to be. Here we go. So I might just very quickly, roughly cut this out. I just loved this flower. I've got a real thing for roses at the moment. I mean, I always have, but I just want to put roses on everything. So I'm just really quickly cutting this out. So yeah, any of your printables, you know, think outside the square, use them, because some of these collage sheets that the girls are doing now, they're just amazing, and you can just put bits of them down. I mean, even these card fronts that I'm doing could be used as journaling cards in your journals as well. So yeah, you don't have to just print the sheets out and use them as a page in your journal. You can cut them up and do all sorts with them. So okay, it's just beautiful. So what do I want to do? I don't really know what I want to do. I really want to ink around that. All my inks are running out. I have used so much ink over the last couple of months getting ready for this, making stock for this pop-up shop. It's incredible how much you go through. And my vintage photo distress ink pad, I've re-inked I don't know how many times, and it just doesn't seem to be wanting to work anymore. It's said it's had enough. I've got like sorry if I'm knocking the camera. I probably am. Oh goodness. Like I've got Distress Oxide vintage photo there, a Distress Oxide vintage photo there, and then 2 distress inks, and they're all just about had it. So I need to try and get new ink pads, or yeah, I think I just have to get new ink pads basically. So under here I've got some little doilies, and I don't know whether that's going to be too stuck. So you can see I have embossed a doily there. I don't mind the white and the cream. I could probably even, so what I've done is I've kept 2 together, because when you ink them, if you try and ink these up singly, they just seem to tear. So I've resorted to using this coffee archival ink. So I'm just going to try one just really lightly inked, just a little bit, not overly, not too heavy. And just see if, like, breaking down some of that starkness is a little bit better. I think so. That's what I'm going to do anyway. I just got to do it. And I know I'm covering up a lot of that doily that I've, what do you call it, embossed on there, but it's just adding more layers. So this one might be very, very plain, but what I'm going to do is just for extra stability, I'm just going to fold that over, and I'm actually going to glue that to the back as well. We're not going to see that because because that's going to be stuck to the card front, but it's just because this, when you cut these are quite fragile and you're going to make sure you glue them down properly. So this way at least it's going to stay and not get torn. So that's my way of thinking anyway. So James has gone to the doctor. He travels. He has a lot of chronic pain, so he travels. He's got a good doctor, and he travels about an hour, 20 minutes to go and see his doctor. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a video while he's not here. Considering it is Tuesday, and I promised that I would do it every Tuesday. Next Tuesday might be different, guys, because I'll be at the pop-up shop, but what I thought I might do is just even do a video of my setup. See what happens. I'll see what happens. I'm not working on the weekend prior to it, this coming weekend, but I think my whole weekend's going to be just making sure I've got all my display pieces together and you know, all that sort of thing. So, but if I get a chance, I might try and do a video ready for next Tuesday. Otherwise, I'll just do my shop setup. So I'm just playing around as to where I want this rose. I think I'm just going to stick it on there like that. So I've managed to find my glossy accents. I use this as a glue. I just find for really fine things it works really well, like the stem on this flower. If you can even get it on there. Sorry, as I said, I'm exhausted. I'm so absolutely exhausted. And I just don't know, I just can't talk and do something at the same time at the moment. It's a bit sad, isn't it? So I'm just going to stick that down there. And I think I'm just going to put a word there, and with a little bit of cheesecloth. What I've been doing as well with my words, I've been putting them on. So this is some of the offcut from the card bases that I cut. I've been putting it on the craft cardstock as well, because it just lifts it off the card a bit. So I might, what will I do? I might say maybe thank you. I don't think I've got a thank you card here at the moment. So these are just done in a Word document. Just a couple of different fonts. It's a good way to get the words that you want. If I was more organised, I would do some, maybe some quotes or something, but I'm not that organised. Sad to say. So I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning because my dog is just barking. As soon as the sun comes up, he's barking lately, and I'm so paranoid that we're going to get kicked out of our house, like from complaints from the neighbours. So I was up getting him to be quiet, and I just thought I may as well just stay up and get some stuff done. So I managed to get a couple of cards done this morning, and I've been to physio, still in a boot, 10 weeks and counting. But I did get a little bit of good news. He's happy with, because I've been doing my exercises religiously, because I'm so determined. I just need to get out of this thing. It's so, I'm just over it, basically. Oh, my glue's all gloggy. Yeah, basically he said to me what should have happened, because I've done a partial tear in my Achilles tendon. I should have been doing physiotherapy from day one. And if I had have been doing it since day one, I quite possibly could have been out of the boot by now. Anyway, it is what it is. And I did get a bit of good news. I've still got to stay in the boot for at least another 2 weeks, but while I'm at home and on a stable surface, so walking around just in the house, not outside, I can't walk on the lawn or anything like that, I can have my boot off. I just have to walk slowly, and when I get out of a chair, I have to use my good leg to take my weight. So I'm pretty excited about that. Having a little bit of freedom. Otherwise, I still have to have it on continuously for the next 2 weeks, and he'll reassess in 2 weeks' time as to whether I can get it taken off or not. And I also can go back to very light swimming. He said I've just got to be, you know, I can do laps because that's what I enjoy doing for exercise, is swimming, and I can do up to 100 laps. And still want to keep doing more, but he just said if I do go back, I have to do it very slowly, and if I get pain, I have to stop or change stroke that I'm doing and see how it goes. So I probably won't start this week anyway, and next week I've got 7 days at the pop-up shop, so I probably won't be doing it then either. Depends, I'll see how exhausted I am, but that's good to know because I'm really missing my exercise at the moment. I've been trying to lose a bit of weight for the wedding, and yeah, it's not going too bad. I've lost 4.7 kilos at the moment, so I'm pretty happy with that. I can notice it in my clothes already, which is good. I don't know. I'm not stressing about it too much. I mean, I am who I am, and I've pretty much come to like who I am. So, but I just thought, you know, we've got a very exciting honeymoon coming up as well, and we've got, you know, 5 weeks of a lot of walking around and exploring. So I thought it's not going to hurt to just get a little bit fit, lose a little bit of weight, so that I'm not behind the 8 ball before we even start. So yeah, I would imagine, because we're going to go and we will be eating out most nights, and you know how that ends up. You just end up packing on the weight. So that's what I'm thinking anyway, so we'll see what happens. And end of next month I'm going to go with my mum and my sister and my daughter. We're going to go and start having a look for wedding dresses. I don't want to go like the whole big gown thing. You may not know, but Jim and I have both been married before, so I mean, it's a very special day to us, very, very special. So I want it to be, you know, something that we'll remember, but I don't want to go the whole big white gown. I don't really know what I want at the moment, which isn't very helpful, but I just thought if we go and we just have a look and see what's around, it'll give me a bit of an idea. And as I said, I'd like to lose probably a little bit more weight before then anyway, so I probably won't buy anything until end of January, but at least if we have a look, we can see what's there and what sort of style I like and that sort of thing. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So guys, look, I don't know, that is very plain, very simple. What I'm going to do is I will stitch around that, the outside of that, and I will stick it to the front of the card, and there you have another card. But you could even do that, you don't have to stitch, but even if you stitched that to coffee dyed paper, and you could use that as a journaling card in your journal. So that's how quick and easy. I mean, admittedly, I had prepared all this, had started doing that yesterday, but just goes to show just how quickly you can get things to come together. So I might stick with these embossed ones and maybe, I don't know, maybe use one of these. As I said, I really have no idea what I'm doing, guys. I'm just using what I've got on my table and just going with it. So just making sure I'm still in frame. So just very roughly just inking that up a bit. I'm just going to take that out there. So I'm just thinking maybe if I do something like that, and if I just add maybe a butterfly. I've got these as well. These are from the Graphics Fairy. They're a bit big though. What have I got? I've got a folder here with butterflies everywhere in it. This is from the Graphics Fairy as well. I'm just 80% I printed these because they were quite big otherwise. Sort of got a thing for like the tone on tone at the moment, although I'd love to have, if I had a nice pink butterfly, it'd go nice with those roses that are there. This is just out of scrapbooking paper. I could probably do that and just ink it down a little bit so it's not as bright. Probably do that. So I'm just going to quickly fussy cut that out. So I think last week I was on Tuesday Inspiration. It was so hot here. We've had a couple of really hot days, but it's turned cool again now. It's nice. It's nice spring weather now. I'm in shorts and a shirt, but like I'm comfortable. There is a sneaky breeze that comes through every now and again, which is a bit cool, but so nice to actually be experiencing spring instead of summer in spring. So hopefully it stays this way for a few more weeks at least. I can stay cool until I get my boot off, because I really struggled those days where it was really hot and I had to have that big boot on up to my knees. It was all right in winter. It was quite nice actually. Kept me warm. Oh, making hard work of that, aren't I? So that might be cute. Just going to just ink around the edge there a bit, just so get rid of any white and hopefully make it pop off the card a little bit more. I'll sew through the middle of this as well, like I normally do. But I need something else. Oh guys, I'm just so struggling, it's ridiculous. I'm just having a look for some book paper. I've got this little bowl here where I've just been shoving stuff in. So I've got some book paper here. Maybe, I don't know why, I just like this, you know, like the pattern paper and the book paper combined. I just love that look. So I'm just wondering if I ink around that. Let's do something like that, just layer that. Have the butterfly there and maybe a flower. What have I got in this mess over here? Just going to grab my fussy cut flowers. Hang on a tick. Over here somewhere. Okay. So I've got this little container here of flowers that I've cut out of books, and a few Tim Holtz die cuts too. Get a little bit lost there, don't they? Something pinky. A bit too much. I hope this isn't too messy for you, this video. I normally have a little bit of a, hello, we've got a little ring in here, a little bird. I normally have a little bit more of an idea of what I'm doing, but as you can tell, I don't today. I'm just trying to find something pink, pinkish. I don't like that either. Oh dear. Okay, well, don't like that. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly, I love these flowers that I print off from Nectar's Creations, and just bear with me for 2 ticks. I'm going to, if I can find, oh, of course there's no internet now. Come on, guys. Why is there no internet? Anyway, there's some flowers that I love from Nectar's Creations. So just bear with me, and I'm going to just quickly print off those. My printer will make a hell of a noise, probably. So are you all organised for Christmas? I actually pretty much have all my Christmas shopping done, which I can't believe. I can't believe it. It's I'm never organised, never this organised. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to argue or question it, but yeah. I'm never, ever this organised. So I think maybe partially with the wedding and everything else, I've sort of maybe just consciously or subconsciously realised that, you know, if I see something that I know that someone would like, I have to sort of go and grab that, like get it straight away, and I've put it away, and that's what I've done pretty much through the whole year. So yeah, I'm pretty done. I've just got a couple of things to do. Okay, here we go. Where are we? Sorry, just what you wanted to do is watch me use a mouse, hey? Of course that's not the one I want. I'm going to pop you on pause, guys, while I find it. Won't be a sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I eventually found it. So this is the roses that I was talking about, and as you can see, I've just took the liberty of fussy cutting one side. You didn't have to go through all that. How beautiful are they? I don't know. I just love them. I just use them so much. And if you remember, on one of the cards, I had one of these birds as well. So this is Letters to Rose kit from Nectar's Creations. So there are her details there, if you can see it. Nectar's Creations. I think she is actually having a 50% off sale at the moment, and I think it ends at midnight today. Pop over and have a look anyway. She's got some beautiful kits there. So I think that that's pretty much all that it needed. There was just one of those beautiful roses. So yeah, sorry, that's, see, I told you I'm all over the place. So this is just part of it. I've just printed these off because I wanted the roses. But I mean, look at this, how stunning are those tags? And I've printed them off on 200 GSM cardstock, just so they're a bit firmer. So I'm quite happy with the way that that was looking. So I'm just going to ink around, roughly around the edges of that rose there that I've cut out. And my pad on my applicator is all falling to bits too. It's been one of many. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to just stick this down and I'll have a look. I don't know whether I'll add a word. I might add a word. All my cards I leave with blank inserts because I just think it's nice. You can put your own sentiment in there. So if there's no word on the front, you know, you can use any of these cards for anything really. So just get the glob of glue off the top of my glue there. I think I'll be having a nanonat this afternoon. Hardly keep my eyes open. Okay, so I can't even remember how I had this now. It's probably completely different to how I had it. I just want to stick that on there. I'm just going to ink the back of my butterfly as well because I leave the wings floating just to give it a little bit of a 3D effect so that, you know, you don't just see white underneath. And I'm going to stick him on, but I will stitch through him as well. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glossy accents there. Just pop it down. So when that dries properly and is sewn, we can lift them up. So you get like a little bit of a 3D effect there. And then I'm just going to pop this beautiful rose there, I think. So once again, I'm going to use glossy accents because there's lots of little petals and that in the fussy cutting that need to be glued down. So it's got a smaller nozzle as well. I need to find a container or something for my thicker glue, just so that it doesn't come out as thick, because if I had to use that on here, it would just go everywhere. So I'm just going to put that off a little bit, just so we can still see some of that writing. And just sort of press that down. Look at my hands from all the ink. I've washed that, I can't get it off. So that's that. Do I want a word on it? So I've got thank you on that one. Let me see. What about dream? Let's roughly cut this out. I don't know where my other scissors are, but oh, here they are here. Oh my goodness, what a mess. What an absolute pigsty. I think I'm going to have to clean up after this video just so that I can try and function a little bit better. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's have a look. That leaf is sticking up. Not that it probably matters because it just gives another dimension, but I'll stick it down. Just hold that down there. There we go. Oh, no, can't pick it up. Okay. So yes, this video is going to be very, very disjointed. And I don't know, I hope you get a little bit of inspiration out of it. Just the fact that you can use your printables another way rather than just using them in your journals all the time. So I'm just wondering, do I want to just sort of have that just sort of blending in a bit? It'd be nice if I could cut straight too. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. I think I'm just going to stick that down. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of cheesecloth under it, I think. I don't know, I like that look, so rather than just have it just the word, I'm going to stick a little bit of cheesecloth underneath. So it just gives it another texture. So I don't put a lot underneath the cheesecloth itself. A lot of glue, sorry. Just enough to sort of so that it sticks there. But I put the majority of the glue on the word or whatever I'm sticking on top of the cheesecloth, because it'll seep through. It'll seep through the cheesecloth and through to the card. So just don't mind my head if it's in the way. So I'm just going to push that down just so that it adheres. While I've got that pushed down, I like to just pull the cheesecloth, excess cheesecloth away, and just so it gives it a ragged edge. And when you do that, just be careful that you don't pull your word crooked and then the glue sticks, adheres quickly then, and your word's all crooked. So that's just, I mean, it's not much, but it's just a little, tiny little bit of texture added there as well. So once again on this one, I will stitch around the side, each side, and through the butterfly. So what I might even go and do is just go and do that, and I'll be right back. See you soon. Okay, so I've sewn around those. I'll just show you. So I've sewn around 4 sides here, and as you can see, I've sewn through the butterfly and left his antenna loose. So it just adds another dimension to the card. And this one I've done the same. I've sewn around all 4 sides, and as you can see here, I've just added a little zigzag stitch top and bottom, not the full length of the word, but just a little bit here and there. It just adds a little bit more texture and depth to your card. So I'm going to quickly stick them on to those 2 card bases that I've got, and then you can see the finished card. And I'm probably going to sign off there, guys. As I said, I hope you get a little bit out of this. You know, just learning to use your embossing cards a little bit differently. Yeah, using your printables that you can get online a little bit differently to, you know, what you'd normally use them in your journal. Yeah, just, I don't know. I just hope it inspires someone to do something, you know, just try something different to what you normally would do. So normally I would glue, you know, like my journaling cards and that sort of thing. But with the greeting cards, I don't know, I think it just goes way back when I used to make cards many, many years ago. I just like to use double-sided tape, and I'm doing this very messily. I do use a fair bit, but I don't want it coming off the base of the card, so I just sort of really randomly put the tape on. All over it so that it's not going to come off. So, also, Denise, if you're watching, I will be sending out your little parcel of goodies once the pop-up shop is done. I have been collecting bits and pieces for you, so please don't think I've forgotten about you. I haven't. I've just really had so much going on. I want to make it worth your while getting them. So Oh, I can't even. There we go. Excuse me, sorry. Let's get rid of some of my mess there. So I've left a border, as you can see, around the card, so it just makes it pop a little bit more. I just think, you know, it's very simplistic but a beautiful gift. You know, you write your own sentiment. I'll put an insert inside, and then each one I put a hand-dyed envelope with as well. So yeah, I just think they're just these ones particularly are very simplistic, not a lot to them, but just something really different. You know, you can't, I just find greeting cards if you go to the news agencies, particularly here in Australia, I don't know what it's like anywhere else, like the amount of money you can pay for a card, you know, $7.95, and it's just one dimension. It's got a picture on it. It's very generic, you know, it's mass produced. So these, not one of them are the same. I might try and do several that are similar, but never will you get a card that's exactly the same. So and it's a great way to use up your stash. As I said before, you know, we all need greeting cards for one thing or another. So why not use what we've got? You know, if you've had a big session on your journals and you've got all bits and pieces, even if you prepare like a card front, you know, like this front, so you have them made, and then you can, you know, build up. Actually, that's what I think I'm going to do. Have your card fronts made, and then just build up a stash of those using up your bits and pieces that you've got on your desk, and then you can either use them back on with coffee dyed paper and use them as journaling cards in your journals, or cut a card base and stick it on a card base when you've got, you know, an event coming up, or you're running out the door and you need, you know, oh my goodness, I haven't got a card. I mean, how many of us have done that? I know I'm very guilty of that. Haven't got a card. It'll take you 10 minutes to put some tape on the back, stick it onto your card base and write in it, and then you're done. And the beauty of that is you've got something that you've handmade, and hopefully the recipient will treasure for a long time to come. So that's it, guys. 2 cards, not much, but as I said, you're using your embossing folders, so dig them out. I know I'm guilty of that. I have so many and I just don't use them as often as I should. I've inked that up. This is just a manila folder that I've cut up. Just torn your collage pages that you print out. As I said, this one was from My Porch Prints. I've used Artie Maze's pages as well before, so they're just beautiful. Do up a Word document on your computer, and yeah, just go for it. Just, you know, have a play around. So hopefully you get some inspiration out of that, guys. And as I said, next week I may not have anything particularly inspiring, but I might do, because I will be down at my pop-up shop. But what I will try and do is just film my setup just for you, so you can have a look, because I've just probably haven't shut up about it in my previous video. So and keep your fingers crossed for me that it goes well. And if I don't see you next Tuesday, I'll see you in a fortnight, and hopefully I have something really inspiring for you. So in the meantime, guys, please take care, and I hope you get some crafting done. See you soon. Bye bye.